Hello my friends, have you considered purchasing a ring light or a selfie stick? Well, I'm going to unbox and review both of those today. We are going to unbox the selfie stick first, and then we will get to the ring light. All right, my friends, what we have here is a 62-inch tripod. I bought it as a selfie stick, even though I always said I would never buy one. But that was before I was, creating videos. So what we've got here, this is the little manual that comes with it. This right here is a remote. So if I have the tripod part standing up and I'm away from my camera, I can set up this remote control because it works through Bluetooth. Then we have this part here, which is the GoPro attachment. And actually, Carl has a GoPro, so this will probably come in handy. We've got our phone holder. You guys are probably familiar with one of these, and you attach it to the top and you can adjust it, and so it opens to various sizes and it turns in different directions too. I will say this, so far I'm very impressed with the sturdiness of this. It's, a lot of times when you order stuff online, it's sort of skimpy and cheesy and all that, but this is quite substantial. So I'm looking at this and I have my instruction manual here. There's also instructions on here, and the first thing it says to do is to rotate counterclockwise to unlock the ring. So I'm thinking it means this. I rotated it, so I think it's unlocked now, but I'm not 100% sure. So now it says that I can open these legs. Look at that, there we go. So those open like that, and we can set this down. Oh, this is super nice. This is way nicer than I thought it would be. I know that this expands to get taller. Okay, so the next step is for me to push the ring down all the way down here as far as I can, and then to rotate this in the clockwise position. Let me make sure I'm doing this right. I'm going to make sure I get it seated properly. Okay, so this is now seated all the way down, and now I bet you I can pull this up, and there it goes. This is really, really nice, you guys, and I didn't pay that much money for it, and already I can tell you I highly recommend it. Look at this thing. All right, so when I stand it up, I'm going to stand it up right here. I know you can't see it, you can only see the top right here, and that's where you put the piece to attach your phone. This is where you attach this piece here, and you can attach your phone to it. These loosen so that you can fit your phone inside. This loosens so that it can be turned in any direction that you want. And then this piece loosens too. And what that does is it makes it so that this part can lean. So this is it, and I've got it standing in front of a door just to give you some sort of perspective. And it goes as tall as the doorknob, so that's at least 3 or so feet high. So this is very substantial. I bought this to use as a selfie stick if I want to do vlogs, especially if Carl and I go to car shows and do stuff for his channel. I want to be able to walk around, put his GoPro on it, and just be comfortable doing that. But look, like if you think about this just as a selfie stick, look how long that would be. The extension on it is fabulous, and it's not top heavy, so it shouldn't be a problem to hold out in front of me. Like this is what we've got, but I just think it's not going to be uncomfortable, which is just great. So guys, I have to say I haven't used it yet, and I'll try to come back with an update. But so far, this is a very good piece of equipment. And I wanted to let you know that you can, if you don't want it to be extended all the way out, you can shorten it. So look, almost the whole thing fits in the camera now. So you can have it extended out as long or as short as you want. All right, let's unbox the ring. If you're curious about this, I will link this in my description box, but this was the company, and this is what the front of it looks like, but I'll link it. I'm not sponsoring this product. I'm just simply doing an unboxing for you, but I have to admit I'm quite impressed. All right, so the Selfie ring light is another product I never thought I would get. And I'm kind of laughing at myself for the fact that I did. However, that being said, I gotta say, it's getting darker earlier, and I really was struggling with brightness, and I thought, you know what, I'm gonna give this a try. So it says 180 degree adjustable, brightness dimming, so you can fluctuate, USB power supply, and stable tripod. So let's see what we have in here. Right, we have our little pamphlet, obviously, as you can see. We have in our little packet, we have a stand. Now this one's a little bit different than the other kit that we got, but this looks like it's for phones, and it looks like, I don't know if this is, oh, there it goes. Okay, so it's flexible this way. And then we've got this. Okay, so this is another kind. This too is flexible by pulling, and it attaches. It looks like maybe this bends. Oh yeah, so you can get, you know, flexible with the angle that you want your camera. So that's pretty cool. Gonna straighten it out. All right, and let's see. I think this feels like a remote control, but let's find out. All right, so this is great. So I'll just have to label these remote controls, although they're probably universal. Here's the ring light itself. Now, if I'm not mistaken, these only have like a certain amount of hours, but I do believe you can replace the bulb, or you can replace this part, something like that. Like I said, I've never owned one, so I'm not 100% sure. So don't leave it on if you're not using it. Up, down, on, off, and then mode. So that's probably, well, I don't know what that is, so we'll figure it out. See, there's nothing, oops, there's nothing in that. All right, let's see what's in here. All right, so here's the tripod. As you can see, this is not nearly as substantial as the other tripod that we just opened. Not nearly, but maybe it doesn't need to be. We just need it to hold the light, right? Okay, let's take another look at this. This was interesting to me. Okay. All right. Yeah, sorry guys, I just wanted to take a second to look at that. This has an adjuster here, so that's probably going to play into this part. All right, so this is the last piece that we hadn't seen, and these unlock so that you can extend it out. Okay, so this is not bad. This is pretty good. I think it'll probably work perfectly for what the need is, but we'll see. All right, so let me move this box out of the way. There we go. I'm going to go ahead and put this together. So this was out like this, and this has a little track in it right here, and I'm feeling like the track is going to go where this screw is. So let's go ahead and put it in like that. Actually, this part's supposed to screw in, so let's see if we can do that. I'm just spinning the bottom. Okay, there we go. Just spun the bottom. It's nice and tight. And then we can do this. I'm not going to go super tight with it just because I'm getting to know it. Oh, I see. Okay, so this is loose, and this can go up like that and sort of fold away. And then when you want to set it up, you loosen it up, and then you can stand your tripod up. Oh, and there it goes, just like that. Okay, guys? I'll go ahead and tighten that right now. We got that part done. I opened all these, extended them all the way. I'm going to close each one once I'm sure it's been extended. And I'm going to go set this up in front of the door like I did the other one, just so that you can get a perspective on it. All right, here we are. We're starting at the floor again. I just want to show you how tall it is. It's like 5 feet tall, which is great. Now I'm going to attach the light. All right, so this adjusts up or down. So I guess if you wanted to light your ceiling for some reason, you could, if you didn't want like light directly on you. And then it goes like that. And this doesn't spin this way, but you could always turn your tripod, right? Okay, now let's get this guy on there. So I feel like the easiest way, okay, so there's a little thing right here that spins this. So that makes it easy to get this on and off. So let's give that a try. Guys, I didn't take time to look at the instructions. I didn't think I needed to. All right, I got it on. So if I loosen this little thing in here, it makes it so I can turn this, and then I can tighten it once I have it where I want it. Now this is very lightweight, and this right here is not glass, by the way. Okay, so you can see this moving sort of back and forth. I'm gonna go ahead and tighten this so that doesn't happen. Now I will say right off the bat, this is definitely not as sturdy as the selfie stick that I got. So I'm gonna see if I can plug this in so you guys can see the light that it produces. All right, I ended up attaching my phone to this piece. Now I have one of those things on the back that extend out so you can hold it. It sort of interferes. I'd prefer to have this up here in the center, but I can't because of this. Next time I get one, I'll probably position it differently. Let's go ahead and see if we can put this on. I probably should put this on first. Okay. Now there's a little thing here actually that we can loosen. So let's do that and see what happens. So there's this little thing right here. Okay, so we loosened it, which makes it so that you can turn this a little bit. So that's pretty cool. So if we wanted to turn this, and you can see by the movement in it, it's not nearly as sturdy as that other one. I was plugging it in, so let's take a look. Watch your eyes, friends. Okay, all right. So let's go up. Okay, that is up. Wait, is it? That's down. Okay. Okay. Oh, there we go. That's nice. And then we have modes. I don't know what this, oh, okay, so this is more blue, and that's probably warmer. So cool. Oh, no, that's warm. That's cool, and this is probably neutral. Interesting. Okay. Well, it does have some nice choices. All right, I'll go ahead and make a recording on my phone using this light, and we'll check it out. All right, friends, so I am in a different area of my house than you are used to seeing me. I am actually using my phone to film because I've got the Ring set up. I usually use my camera, and they both film differently, believe it or not. I have positioned myself into what I consider to not be a super bright spot in my house, although it's not super dark either. You can see I've got a little tiny window behind me, and then the one on top of the door that's behind me as well. No windows on the side though, so it's not a super bright spot. And I did that because I wanted to try out this what do they call the selfie ring? So here it is on the brightest level on, I think this is the cool setting. So now we're gonna try a different setting so we can see the difference. This is definitely the warm setting. I can tell by the color of the ring. It definitely has some yellow. I don't know if you guys can tell a difference. When I'm looking into my camera, the light is so bright, I can't see it that well. But this is warm. Let's try the other one, which should be neutral. Nope. Okay, guys, the first one was neutral, the second one was warm, and this one is cool. I can tell that it's cool because it has a blue hue to it. So that's gonna give us a cooler light. So here it is. This is the ring light. So I think it's gonna be really interesting to you if I decide to use it while I am creating my crafts. I think it's gonna be really nice though if I can set it up on my table. I think the challenge might be setting it up on my table and using my big camera. Let me show you my big camera. Since we are looking at equipment, this is the camera that I actually record 99.9% of my videos with. Now, if I'm outside, like I recently made some vlogs or whatever, and I used my phone camera, but this is the one I have set up at my desk. So it'll be interesting to see if I'm able to attach that ring light to this somehow, and I might be able to. I'll just have to finagle it. If not, maybe I can set that up on the side and have the light lean over like that, because you saw how it can adjust. So we'll see, we'll play with it. But at least if I'm doing a video where I'm talking to you guys, and let's say it's in the evening and it's already dark and the house lighting is not that great, at least we can use this. Now, the one thing that always drove me crazy about ring lights was that you could always see the ring in the eyes, which always sort of drove me crazy when I would watch other people. So I'll have to look back on this while I'm editing and see how visible that is, but I'm sure it's pretty visible. Well, anyway, guys, that is my unboxing. This is somewhat of a review. I like both of the products so far. This is, I haven't used them a lot, obviously just now turning on the ring light. But hopefully they'll work out really well for me. You can always leave a comment, ask me if I've used it yet. I'll give you an update on it and update what I thought. I'll put the links to these products in my description box. Again, I'm not sponsoring these products in any way. It's just something that I bought. A lot of us that are creators, we talk about lighting. We talk about our lighting issues, especially when the time of year changes. And everything, our stuff, it just gets shadowy, it gets weird. And I thought the ring light might solve that problem. So we shall see. So anyway, friends, thanks for watching. See you soon.